What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Morning Brew podcast. I'm your host, Kayla, and I'm interviewing creatives every other week to get the human experience behind their art. Before we get started, make sure that you're following the Morning Brew podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, and YouTube so that you don't miss any uploads or announcements. Today's guest is super special because she comes to us all the way from Northern Ireland. Please welcome singer-songwriter Janet Devlin. Okay, welcome to the show. You're so cool. I'm really excited to talk to you. So, for my listeners, what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Janet Devlin, and I'm from Ireland. And I'm not very cool, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the sentiment.
So I've got a few get to know you questions. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
I used to be a chronic night owl, and then I realized I could achieve the same thing if I got up super early. I I just want the peace, and I want no one around,
Yeah,
and no one messaging. And you get that at 5, 6 a.m. instead of being awake at 3 a.m.
that's so true. Okay, and how would an ideal day be spent for you?
Oh. Oh gosh, that's really hard. Somehow I cram in horse riding, writing and recording, and hanging out with someone I like.
What's a skill that you want to learn?
Skill I want to learn. Oh, well, funny. I have decided in my brain that I'm gonna start making rosary beads, like cute little rosary beads,
Yeah.
to give to people as a cute little keepsake memory thing. Even obviously, you don't have to be Catholic. I just think it's cute because people wear them as necklaces anyway. So
That's super cute. Okay, and then last one. This one is kind of random. If
okay.
you were walking around, let's say in Ireland, and a frog offers you a side quest with a promise of grand adventure, would you take it?
I'm petrified of frogs. I used to chase them in the bog, and then the minute they would jump at me, I'd run a mile. Um, Let me say, I would, yeah, of course, if a frog is talking, it's too late to call my psychiatrist, so I may as well go on the adventure.
That's a fair point. So, at time of recording, your single Working for the Man came out just a few weeks ago. What's super interesting is that you've been performing this song for how long?
13 years, 14? Yeah, 13 years of performing it, I would say.
That's crazy. So why wait until now to release it formally?
Well, can't say why I couldn't release it the first time around because I'd get sued. But obviously, now I can release it. And to be honest, it was one of my favorite songs, and I was really proud of it as a angsty little 17-year-old. So whenever I was in the studio in Nashville, I was like, we go through songs so quickly. Like the last trip we did 22 songs in 3 days.
Wow.
So it was just like, let me just slide this one in. No one's gonna notice. So yeah, I seen the opportunity and I took it. And then the fact that the teams and stuff liked it enough to consider it as a single was the shocking part for me, I guess.
The song is still incredibly relevant over 10 years later. Can you, as much as you can without getting sued, can you walk me through the process of writing the song and kind of what the backstory was?
Oh yeah, there's nothing in the writing of it. So I wrote it with Jack Savaretti, who I absolutely love and I was a big fan of at the time. So a little bit of pressure because I've always written songs, but it's different when you write with someone else. Um, and I may have scared him a little bit because I didn't realize that I had sang nothing out loud. So he was just looping these chords, God bless him, while I was writing it. And he thought it was a write-off. I found out later. Until I went, oh, I think I got it. Like, and he's like, oh, thank God. Because it was maybe an hour of him just looping a couple of chords around, I guess. Not ideal. I learned my lesson. The inspiration for the song, honestly, I guess when you're 15, 16, 17, you're really becoming aware of society and its flaws, and you're kind of becoming a bit more aware of politics and injustices, and it's really hard to wrap your head around, that like for me, like I grew up poor, and like I find it really hard to reckon with the idea of like my parents working so hard and still not having exactly what they wanted, I guess. And like, how come you work so hard and then your boss is the one that pulls up in the fancy car and takes the 5 holidays a year? And it was crazy. And I remember distinctly like a memory of my mom that breaks my heart. And I told her about my friend going on this big like travel adventure. I think she was going to Australia. And my mom turning around to me and saying, "I'm so sorry, we can't take holidays like that." And like my mom, God bless her, she had no life when I was a kid, like genuinely. All she did was like make sure that we were okay, that we got to pursue our hobbies and all these things. And then having her say that was just heartbreaking. And like, yeah, it's gonna make me angry. It's gonna upset me as to like how is the system working? And then obviously fast forward 13 years and it's only got worse. So it's even more relevant, and that's what's even more upsetting. It makes me even angrier, to be honest.
Yeah, I was curious because I definitely was angsty as well when I was like, 16, 17. And the angst is still there, but it definitely has evolved over time. For you, has the meaning of the song sort of reigned true to the original intention, or has it evolved over time as, like the political climate and everything changes?
It's just the only thing that's evolved is I'm angrier. Like I added a whole bit in the song, which was that it don't matter the color of your collar bit, the
Yeah.
little fast singing part. And like I just I don't know, I just want to take society, just shake it. Because I'm like, there's something is clearly broken. Like people, we jokingly say here in the UK, like, oh, the cozy living crisis, right? Instead of it's just like they play on word. It's just how people say things, but it's just the cost of living crisis.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Um, and they make it cute, like cozy, the cozy living crisis.
I gotcha.
But like, I remember when that phrase started coming around, and I was like, cost of living crisis. So basically, you're telling me that some people do not have enough money to literally live. So if you don't have money, you're what? You're going to die. And that's enough to just put it in a phrase that you're going to use in every article and pretend like it's totally chill. Like, I think I read a stat that was crazy. It was like, was it like 80 people a day in the United Kingdom die from poverty related things? And like, do you know, like back in medieval times, if people in power weren't doing what the people wanted, they would revolt.
Yes.
Like, what happened to that? What happened to like
Bring that back.
bring that back, please? Like people are literally dying and we're supposed to be okay. I don't know. If I see it like I'm struggling to even scroll on my phone these days. Like I go on to like TikTok and 1 minute it's like the world's burning and the next minute it's like buy these leggings. La, 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 la. I'm like, what? One, I don't have the money to, and two, are we just skipping what's going? What? It's crazy. Like I just find this like some sort of weird dystopian reality.
It's crazy when you kind of think about it, and if you, I try not to think about it too much because I start going down the thought spiral and then I panic. But when you think about it from like, a perspective of like, this is crazy. Like people are working and they can't afford proper housing. They can't afford to feed themselves. Like that's insane to me.
Yeah, if you can't afford to live, you die.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you're like in the UK and I'm in the US and it's the same thing. Like
Yeah.
what are we doing, people?
And I mean, like, I honestly, it's at least once a week I cry over the fact that there's like people in the States that like if you have no health insurance or you don't have money and you just can't go see a doctor.
Mhm.
What? Uh, like
Yeah.
I just it really really upsets me, and it's just like I don't know. I know I have far too many feelings, and I'm aware of that. I have BPD. It's literally on a piece of paper that I have too many feelings. But also, I'm not going to gaslight myself and say that it is wrong that I'm upset over these things.
Oh, not at all. I think they're trying to trick us into thinking that caring is bad, like being sensitive is wrong. I don't think
Yeah.
having empathy is wrong.
Literally, my stylist sent me a t-shirt the other day that I really want to buy for both of us, which was radicalized by empathy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How I feel.
How would you recommend avoiding working for the man, either literally or metaphorically?
Wow. It's hard. It's weird for someone like me because like I got really good grades in school. I tried really hard. I went to Saturday school. I was a competitive show jumper. I like was doing a musical theater exam, like doing all these things to like have a big, massive college application form and be like undeniably to be at that big university. And my dad was very excited because like I said, we didn't have a lot of money growing up, and then it's like, oh, she's getting good grades, she'll get a good job. And then I'm like, I'm off to pursue the arts, father. Which maybe not ideal. Um, but I think for me, like I very much so do not. I what I earn in a month is for a lot of people impossible to live on, I would say. But at least growing up broke, like I know how to make it work. I always know how to make it work. And like I the thing that's like really and when I look at like the world and stuff, I'm like I get to do what I love, and I get to make music, to write, to travel with work, like just live my little dream in a very modest way. But at the end of the day, like I'm doing what I love and I'm broke. But like it's that thing of yeah, if you're working a job to make ends meet and also being broke but working your ass off, it's like it's really hard. But I don't think there's ever been a better time than now to like take yourself seriously in something. Like there's never been a better time to start your own business alongside all the hustles you've already got going. Like, and I think that it's yeah, once you get to the place of like everything is so awful and so terrible, like the only way is up, I guess. And like for me, like music was my hobby and my release and my way of better understanding myself. And that for everyone looks so different. And I find a lot of the times that when people, yeah, set aside time to do the thing, that they'll probably do actually really well in it. Do you know what I mean? So I think, but I think moving more on the metaphorical side is just like a lot of people are complaining about like Gen Z in the workforce and how they just like leave a job if things aren't working out for them, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, as they freaking should. They watch their parents have company loyalty for their whole goddamn life and then still get sacked right before they're supposed to get a big pay, like an actual bonus or something. There's no such thing as company loyalty. Loyalty. Businesses don't care. If you can be replaced by a computer, you will be replaced by a computer. So if they're not giving you holiday pay, if they're not allowing you to take actual days off and they expect you to work through the night, even though you're not contracted to those hours, yeah, screw it, leave it. Because where do you win in these scenarios? Like, so I very much stand with the younger generation and their ability to just take no BS when it comes to employment because it's not fair, and they've seen it. Like I seen it, and their eyes are even more open. So it's funny to overhear businessmen talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, I'm always torn because this isn't my like job. Like my day job is the one that like pays the bills. And then
Yes.
this is just the for funsies cost money, but I enjoy doing it. So I'm like, at some point, I'm hoping to transition where this can become something that I do, because I love to support like artists, and especially independent artists, that, and like, why don't we all as artists just like stick it to the man? Because oh my
God.
god.
And exactly what you said there, it's like, is the it's the job that pays bills or something. It's basically, that's all it is what you
Yeah.
said. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. Like, but people seem to forget that part where it's like, it is just a job. Like, at the end of the day, it's just a job. And I think once you detach yourself emotionally, especially because obviously not everyone is able to just drop sticks and go pursue the arts.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm very much aware of that. So people will have to have jobs, to keep themselves afloat. But it's making the conscious time where you can, if you can, to make art in whatever form, even if it's just journaling, anything. Like, I think it's so important. And like, I think when you asked me if I was a morning person or not, the thing that really, really helped my mental health, and it's so small but so big, is that I used to like roll out of bed, get dressed, get ready, and then go straight out the door and do, not like, my thing isn't a job, like it's a passion, it's whatever, like, but I still have to be at my desk at a certain, like, and do things that need to get done. But I stopped doing it like that. So I started waking up like 2 hours. It used to be an hour, it's 2 hours now before I need to get up. So it doesn't matter if my flight's at 6 a.m., I will still have 2 hours. And at minimum an hour. And that is literally, so I wake up and I do whatever I want in that hour. If I want to scroll on the internet, I will scroll. If I want to play Roblox, I will play Dress to Impress. Like, it's making it so that work is a consequence of your day and not the reason why you got up.
That's a good thing.
So that you are a person who's living a life, and
Okay.
you have little moments off your life. And at the end of the day, it's the same. I still take an hour to like have some me time, even if it's something stupid. Like, honestly, like, but it does really help, because otherwise we're just working for the man. Otherwise we're just working for the man. If you don't set the time aside, it's hard obviously for people to get up early. But like, if I can do it, anybody can do it, because I was the worst. But yeah, I find that really fulfilling.
I think I'm going to try that, because I always have my brain route time after work. And I'll just play this game on my phone called Cats and Soup. And it's basically, you have a forest of cats and they just make soup. And then you sell the soup to get more cats for the forest, and you can like dress them up and stuff. So anyways, that's my
Yes, I love it.
that's my game.
If I'm
What
emotionally distressed, I will play Picnics and Plushies, which is just a game where you build little houses. You just
Yeah.
build, and I'm like, I'll never own a real freaking house, so I may as well build a really cute one.
Let me just decorate the virtual house for the cat, because I'll never own property in this economy.
Literally. So let me have my ha hee hee time on my little silly game.
Honestly. So you auditioned on X Factor in 2011 when you were 16 years old. And that's around the same time frame to when Working for the Man was written. Would 17-year-old Janet believe how cool you are now?
I don't think it's cool. At that age, luckily, I still had a very strong sense of self. Even if it was what I didn't like, it was still something that I could fight for. Unfortunately, even though I knew who I was, I really just didn't like myself, um, a lot. So it was like it was just sad. I look back at her and I'm just like, oh, I know how much you were suffering, and I just want to like show you that like everything's okay. Like, but I think if I could meet her, it would be lovely, because it's just like, girl, not only are you gonna like make it to 21, you're gonna make it to 31, and you're actually gonna have a pretty sick life, and my whole kind of thing in this world is like, I do it for the bit. I do things for the story. I do it for the lore, So yeah, where are we going? Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I'll turn up. That's fine. Yeah, yeah. I just do it because I'm like, something interesting is going to happen with that, and why not? And I think when I think back to like how much I really hated myself, that it would just be really sweet just to be like, hey babe, it's all right, not that deep. Uh, don't pick up booze and get a psychiatrist, and you'll be fine. Like, hey.
See, I find it so interesting that you said that because I have such a similar kind of experience, which is a bit unfortunate, but like because it's so relatable, I find. But, when you said, oh, we make it to 31, I just had a mini existential crisis about that because I just turned 27 and I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing because I didn't think I was going to make it past 18.
Yeah.
So this is, uncharted territory. Now I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Girl, I wrote a whole thing on it, which was just this thing of, I never thought I'd make it past, 21. So I didn't plan to make it past 21.
Right.
So I didn't set up myself with the foundations that you're supposed to. And then I felt like I was really far behind, and that I was chasing my tail when everybody else is getting their houses and getting married and having babies and all the rest of it. But like, there's no such thing as time wasted, really. You did exactly what you needed to do at the time, and I feel like all of my crises added up. I basically, when I turned 30, I was like really happy because I was like, we really love ourselves. We've crafted a life where we get to do what we love. Yes, we're not as ahead in those personal life aspects. However, a lot of the people who have the house, have the car, have the wife, everything, they don't know themselves, and probably in a couple of years they're gonna have that big meltdown instead of all the little meltdown. Like, because there's so much self-discovery that comes from like breakdowns.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And I know myself so intimately. I know all my boundaries and all my quirks and all that. I know so well when I need to unplug and zone out and just take myself away from something and call a day. But I also know now when I can push myself when I'm being a big baby and when I just need to buckle down, and also knowing gratitude, because I hear it all the time, people being like, oh my God, I don't want to get older. Oh, like I can see I've got wrinkles. Oh my God. Da, 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 da. What a blessing it is to get older, because not everybody had the chance.
That's so true.
Like, that is what grinds me anytime I think I haven't done enough, or maybe I should get Botox, or maybe I should go do this. Maybe I should go get abs again. Like, da da da. And just, when you're just beating yourself up about it, it's just, there's so many people I've lost along the way in life from really sad circumstances, and people who really wanted to live and just never got the opportunity because some like cancer or something. And it's like, frick, they would bite your arm off to be where you are. And aging is a thing that's going to happen, hopefully. Like, yeah. So every line, everything, every forehead or crow's, whatever these terms are, that's just like a stamp book on your body of all the years you've lived, all the smiles you've had and all the laughs you've had, and it's a nice thing. And don't let some weird beauty magazine or blogger or cream or because somebody's trying to charge you money. If you don't like something about yourself, somebody's trying to charge you for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some rich man is sat in an execs meeting talking about what's the next insecurity that they can sell. And I don't like giving my money to the man. So I'm good. You know what? I love myself. Haha.
Joke's on you.
Quite literally. Dissecting it all the way down to the bare bones of it is the fact that, yeah, there's somebody making a profit out of it, and it's not me.
So this kind of leads into my next question. If you had the opportunity to go back to talk to yourself when you were like 16 or 17, is there anything that you would say to her?
I think I pretty much said it, which is just like, don't drink alcohol. Go to therapy and get a psychiatrist.
Make good choices.
Honestly, just a psychiatrist and no drinking would have saved me a lot of not wasted time, but a lot of pain and heartache, pretty much.
That's fair. That's fair. I think everyone's got that phase. I can relate to that phase. Are you working on anything new right now? What is on deck?
A lot. So I'm going to Nashville tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm taking my mum on holidays. By the way, I asked her where she wanted to go, and she said Nashville. I did a gig for a flight company a couple of years ago, and it was 2 tickets there and back anywhere in the world. I gave them to my parents, and then my dad was like, I haven't done enough hunting, shooting, and fishing, so you girls go on ahead. So I was like, okay, Grant. So me and my mum flying business out to Nashville.
Oh, yeah.
Having a little girls trip, and I've got a studio day booked in because the last trip was I did 22 songs, and Working for the Man was one of them.
That's
And then I'm always writing, so I've written a few. I think the playlist is like 10 songs, but I probably will get 6 done. So we're going to Blackbird for like a half day, so I can record the ones that I've written recently. So that will be coming out. The album is like done, unless like something I've written recently is like groundbreaking and makes it to this album. So yeah, like there's new music very much on the way.
How does that feel to have the album like done and like pretty much ready?
It's so weird. It's just like it's hard, right? Because obviously like there's the making music and I love the art and I love the craft of it. And then like I love making social media content. And I love making music. I just find making social media content about music really hard. I've gone viral so many times, never for music. So if I could just like marry those 2 worlds together, that'd be swell. And like I try to take myself seriously as an artist, but also it's just really hard with like Irish Catholic guilt being like, can I have your money in a cost of living crisis? Please?
Please.
That's hard. I really find that hard, but I am excited. Like there's a whole bunch of tracks on this record. Like I love every song on the album. I really do. And I just selfishly want the most amount of people to listen to it.
Oh, I'm happy to help with that. I can't wait.
Wait. So how I get more people to listen to it, I'm still working on that. I do all my social media and stuff, so it's like, yeah, no, I have business meetings with myself, over content. Why do you think this one didn't work? Why do you think that one worked?
Why is this me? That's
literally
our thoughts. I'm like, well, how do I make it better though?
Literally. But if there's anything I've known is that the thing I worked the least on, something I just whacked together, and didn't think about, they're always the things that do really well. And normally when I look like a thumb as well, that's really cool. It's normally when I'm like, my hair's ugly and I've got no makeup on. And it's just like, oh yeah, of course. Thank you.
That would be the
like
one.
your algorithm.
Go viral. Nice.
So, but it's exciting. Like I do like the challenge of it. Like it's every day, bro. Quote J. Paul.
What a mood. Okay, so my last question for you comes actually from my previous guest, because I do a segment called Artists Ask Artists. So at the end, I get to also ask a question for my next guest. So,
amazing.
my last guest was actor Charlie Baker, who has been in Breaking Bad. He's been in The Pit. He's been in The Mandalorian, and he's a super cool guy. And he would like to know, who was your biggest music influence?
Oh my gosh. Who was my biggest music influence? So difficult because like my whole entire family and extended family are like music obsessed. Like I don't know if you know what Top of the Pops are.
No.
So it was like it was a show that ran up until like 2006 where every Saturday morning it was just like artists performing on live TV, but like they were doing it to track, but you know what I mean? It's been there since like the 60s or something, right? And like my dad will put reruns on, and before the little lower third comes up, he's like, "This song got to this position in the charts, and it's better." He just and what year it came out and what day. I'm like, okay. So I would say my biggest music influence is probably my family because of how varying everybody's taste was, and I was the youngest, so like my babysitters, one of them loved like dance music, so like Moby, Fatboy Slim, all like the dance hits of that time. The other one really loved rock, so it was like Chili Peppers, Foo Fighters, anything that was on Kerrang or Scuzz. And one of my brothers really loved rap, and then one of my brothers really loved country, and my other brother just really loved pop music. And my parents met at a country music dance. So they love country and growing up with their kind of like pop influences as well. But like, yeah, the whole family. Obviously, country's the thing that everybody agreed on. Like everyone in my house loves country. It's probably the same in most Irish households. For for country people, like we call it cultures. So for cultures, they do love a bit of country music. Um, but yeah, I can't pin it to like a specific artist because there was too many.
That's fair. That's a good answer. Okay, and so you could ask anything for my next guest, which will be Nigel from the band Unbelievable Truth.
I'm just checking because I want to make sure. Okay. All right, I've got one because I've just read a little bit about him.
Okay.
Um, he is a multi-instrumentalist. Okay, so I want to know if he could only play one instrument for the rest of his life, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good one.
I feel like
Okay,
he's probably going to say keys because at least if you play keys, you can program and you can program
that's
any
fair.
instrument. But I would love to know if it's something different.
Okay, okay. I will ask him that for sure. And then lastly, I like to leave a space for shameless self-promotion. So, where can people find you and interact with you and help make your other videos go viral?
All right. Well, my website is janetdevlin.com because I thought outside the box on that one. I'm on every single social media that you can think of. Well, the main ones. And I'm not gonna say some other ones, but TikTok I'm on, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter I don't really use it. It scares me. Um, yeah, and I post all the time. And please follow me. And if you follow me on TikTok, please like tap all the buttons and all the things so that the music stuff does really well. I also have a Patreon in case anyone actually does like what I do enough to help me put bread on my table. And I do online gigs. And I've done them for over 10 years. And so I basically internet busk 2 times a month as well.
That's pretty cool.
We try. We got to make something work. Yeah. And also look for the blue ticks because please don't get scammed. If you're gonna give some money to Janet, please make sure that she goes to
Yeah.
me. That would be really cool. Instead of some weirdo who's just trying to get your money, because that happened a lot.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm not sat there going like, hey, here's my online gigs. Here's my Patreon. It's like you'll get a DM from a fake Janet being like, hey, hot stuff. I'm like, where do you think I was? I don't speak like that, but okay, go off.
I always find this so funny because they're like, "Hello, lovely fan. I need money." And I'm like, Come on, you couldn't think of anything better.
Honestly, maybe I should just start doing it with my verified accounts. Just start messaging people going like, hey, I actually really could do with some money, please. Because I freaking could. But yeah, do you know what? I should just hire them. Just come work for me. Just like, if you've got this much, because you see it. They are commenting. They are locked in. If they just applied that to not scamming people, they'd probably be really successful. But instead, I will keep their seat warm in hell. It's fine.
That's where they belong. Scalpers, resellers.
Just maybe when you rob somebody else. It's just like, why would you do that? Like,
Yeah.
Morally, I don't know. Be a Robin Hood or something. Don't do that.
Yeah, there's better ways to get money, bro.
Yeah. Why, like, literally? Wow.
Oh man. Well, Janet, thank you so much for joining me. It's been an honor to have you on the show, and I'm super excited for when the album comes out.
Thank you. No, thank you for having me. Honestly, like, it means a lot that you've taken the time to, like, do research and write questions and all the things. Like, I really appreciate it, especially when you're hustling with your jobs as well. Like, I really do appreciate it.
That's all for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure that you're following the Morning Brew podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, and YouTube so that you don't miss any uploads. I'm going to be putting all of Janet's socials in the description, so definitely make sure that you go and check her out. She's super cool. And be sure to tune in next time for an interview with Nigel Powell from the band Unbelievable Truth.